picture of my mom and I when I was a baby. Let me see if I can find a picture of our house. It's kind of very hard to find. So this is the closest I can find. This is my mom sitting actually in the balcony of her mother's house. And our house where I grew up is right in the back there. And we lived in the area that we lived in, it was like, I suppose, upper class. And it was, we lived in a mansion. Like the top is an actual extra floor. My dad's an architect.
Now where are we now?
Alexandria. And he built the third floor. Alexandria is where I grew up. He built the third floor on top when he got married to my mother. And so the original house had, two big floors in the basement level. The whole house was walled. Most homes were walled with, stone walls. And then there was a big garden. It was a 3-layer garden. We used to play soccer. Of course, I had a brother and 3 boy cousins and 1 girl cousin. We were the goalies always. So that's kind of like the lifestyle we were living, right? And my dad took over his father's architectural business. And he had his own pipe factory. I'm not sure if the pipe factory was for water or sewer. I don't know, to be honest, but I remember going there as a child. It was very, very hot, very scary. I didn't really go too often. So my father's mother lived obviously below us, and my grandfather passed away when I was 4, so I never really got to know him. Maybe I have, don't have the recollections of him very much. And my paternal aunt, my old aunt, the wife from my father's side, lived with her husband and 3 boy cousins. And so we had lots of soccer games as kids. They're called Ahmed, Hisham, and Tariq. Those are my 3 boy cousins from my father's side. I have a lot more cousins from my mother's side. But my maternal grandmother, again, this is where she lived. We called her Enna, which is like a Turkish word for grandmother. Her name actually was Rohaya, but I never called her that. And my young uncle, who's married now, has kids, and they're married, and they have kids, lived there, and so did my aunts, Nam and Tanya, who have since been deceased, and a little cousin from Cairo was living also there. The scene is like my aunt, Magda, who's my mother's older sister, lived down the street. My aunt Tanya, who just got married, lived down the other street. My aunt Nana lived down another street, so everybody was like in a very close radius. And, all my cousins were close by. I had a great aunt from my mother's side, who was kind of, and a great uncle, who were like our babysitters. If my mom had to do anything, she would always bring us there, and I loved going there. Especially my grandpa, my great uncle, taught us checkers, and we used to play, tried to teach me chess, but I didn't understand it. I was too young. But I mean, all these types of things, card games. He was just so kind. And I had 2 childhood friends across the street, him and Helen. And like I said again, we played soccer. And I had a fascination as a child, I still do, with ants. And interesting enough, one of the chapters in the Quran is called the ant. And there's a reason for that. You guys can look at it for yourselves. I used to play with, like a little kid, blocks, dolls, teddy bears, dominoes, and chords, thanks to my great uncle who taught me that. My mother was educated, like I had said before, in very private schools. My father, however, was educated in public Arabic schools. So my mother's English is a little bit stronger, his Arabic is always stronger. But they also both spoke French, so I took French in school.